YouTube, Dawson Ryder here. Today we're going to be talking about Gozyuger episode 39. It should be a fairly short review as this is a clip show. Usually these would be ones that would be extremely boring to cover or maybe even skippable, but there is a very unique circumstance around this clip show. Obviously, probably the most unique circumstance I've ever encountered around a clip show, as usually they're just budgetary saving things. But in this case, I mean, it was budgetary saving things for different reasons, because as we all know, Summono's original actress was fired and they've been scrambling for a recast, at which point they recast Oni Sister, and other than chopping up episodes 37 and 38, they needed time to film new scenes, so they quickly slapped this together. And the way they did it was, obviously this being 90% clip show, with the other 10% being comprised of spliced up footage of the original episode 38. The original episode 38 was Summono focused and was to be her debut episode for the Gozyu Unicorn power-up. So it's unfortunate that we kind of lost that episode. I am curious if any elements of the story of that will come into play, because obviously it was character driven. Even though there's no real like earning the power up moment, like I kind of thought we would go through these episodes where the character in focus would then be chosen by the Tegasword to get the power up, but instead it's just like, oh hey, you're transforming into this because it's your focus episode. But still, Blue and Yellow both got arcs that were about them, that crescendoed with them transforming into their form, and then also capping off with, of course, Haru being the one to do the mecha battle. Did I say mecha? Whatever. The mecha battle. And so that was going to be her episode, and it was originally 38, and then that became 39. And so this one just incorporates the debut of that to get it out of the way, because I imagine they're trying to reshoot everything in the most efficient way possible, but if there was any sort of significant character beats or development, I'm curious if they'll be able to integrate that into any of the new footage with Summono's new actress, because as is, it's pretty much just a quick battle. Like, you have this sort of framing narrative of this fight of the Ribbon character at the beginning and then fighting at the end. Like, literally it cuts to the end of the morph, like not even showing their faces, and then just basically gets into the fight. It's very surface level, almost like a webisode or like a clip they'd post on like TikTok or Twitter, like, hey, here's this fight. It feels very weird. I feel like if we didn't know about it and this wasn't the debut of the form, then maybe it wouldn't seem so weird, but it definitely just is so odd. Like, some people theorize we might get our first look at the new Gozyu Unicorn, but I'm like, that'd be a pretty quick turnaround. I thought maybe, like, to get that, like, in terms of easing the audience in, but this is just what we got there. The only other new footage is just Haru being approached by that guy that he's like a Toei producer, and he worked in Toku somehow. I always forget how he did it, but he was the producer in that one episode, and he basically just wants to interview Haru. So this was clearly very cost effective in terms of they didn't have to get the whole cast for it. Like, it wasn't a scene of them all in the cafe being like, remember when this happened? It's literally Haru being like, yep, I was the first actor that answered the call. I mean, to be honest, I don't think they would have gotten anybody else to be the solo actor because it's Red, and especially with Project Red on the way. So yeah, it's just Haru talking to the guy and then going over 90% of all the warrior footage and stuff we've gotten, and stuff about Kuon as well, and then shoehorning in this 38 thing. I wondered how they were going to do it, because I knew that it was going to be a clip show and have this dude in it, but then I saw people saying like, oh, there's footage from 38, like, original in it. I'm like, how are they going to do that? Like, this was fine, I guess. I'm going to be honest, like, when I was thinking about ways they could do it, my favorite was what I talked about in a video the other day, was the TV show Community did a clip show where the premise was seeing clips from adventures we had never seen. So I think it would have been funny and almost within Gozyuger's cheeky nature to be like, oh, you don't remember this episode? And then kind of go over the fight with that as if, like, I don't know, gaslighting us into thinking we saw that, even though we clearly didn't. I think that would have been a funnier bit. But yeah, definitely the most interesting clip show we've covered. And then next week is the proper debut of Gozyu Unicorn. It's funny because I was going to do more sporadic coverage of Gozyuger, but now, since we're in the final sprint of Sentai's last regular season, effectively, and I'm curious to see how the end plays out and how Oni Sister adjusts to the role, I'll probably be covering the rest. So I'll see you guys next week to see how that goes with Gozyu. I must say Gozyu Unicorn. What is Gozyu Unicorn? But I was going to say Oni Sister. But anyways, guys, let me know what you thought of the episode. Till next time, Dawson Ryder, signing out.